Right, let's have a real conversation. You have a reactive dog. You've probably tried everything. You've watched all the videos, bought the harness, the clicker, the treat pouch, high value treats, maybe a prong collar, and maybe even an e-collar, and your dog is still a nightmare. Let me be brutally honest with you. Most of what you have been told about fixing reactivity is completely feel good garbage. It makes the owner feel better, but does absolutely nothing for the dog. In fact, there's a very good chance you're doing something right now that's actually making it worse. So today we're cutting through all of that, no fluff, no nonsense, just the truth. And if that makes you uncomfortable, good, because that's where the real change happens. One of the biggest mistakes I see is that you're micromanaging your dog. You're on a walk, the leash is tight, and you're constantly going, watch me, leave it, look at me. You're stressed, you're tense, you're a nervous wreck, and that energy is going down straight down the lead. Here's the reality: all that nagging and pressure is making the trigger more important. You're basically telling your dog, hey, whatever is over there is a big deal. Let me put it like this: if I put you in a room with a big red button and told you don't look at it, don't think about it, what's the only thing you are thinking about? Exactly. The solution isn't more control, it's giving your dog the chance to make a decision. Let them see the trigger and process it, and choose how to respond. Then you give clear feedback. Yes for good choices, no for bad ones. Stop being a helicopter parent. People love buying stuff. They think the next collar is the magic fix. I've seen it 1,000 times. Someone throws a prong collar on the dog, has no clue how to use it, and suddenly the dog is trying to bite them. Nice one, you've just created handler aggression. But here's the truth: a tool is an amplifier. It makes your communication with your dog more clear, but it does not fix what's going on in your dog's head. Your dog sees a trigger and predicts an explosion. A bit of metal around their neck doesn't change that prediction. Your strategy does. This is where people get it completely wrong. The walk is not the training session, the walk is the exam. If your dog is reacting constantly on the walk, you've already failed the test. You don't revise during the exam, you prepare beforehand. The real work happens away from triggers, building engagement, structured play, and clear communication. The walk is where you put all of that to the test. So if your dog is constantly reacting, you're either too close to the trigger or your dog isn't prepared. It's that simple. Create distance or go back and do the work properly. Now here's the one that winds people up: punishment. Let's be clear. Punishment is not abuse. Punishment simply means reducing the likelihood of a behavior. That's it. You don't need to be brutal. You don't need to hurt your dog, but your dog does need clear feedback. And that's where most people mess it up. They don't teach the dog what no means. Then they take them to a trigger and start yanking on the lead. Now the dog thinks trigger equals a bad feeling. So what happens? The reactivity gets worse, and you've just stacked a negative on top of a negative. But when done properly, taking a bit bad behavior off the table is one of the kindest things you can do for your dog, because it changes how your dog feels. But you can't teach calm behavior if the chaos is still allowed. Sometimes you have to close one door to open another. And the last one, and this is a big one: you bought a high drive dog, and now you're shocked it has energy. You bought a Ferrari, and now you're complaining it's too fast. Your dog's genetics matter. That energy, that drive, it has to go somewhere. And if you don't give it an outlet, your dog will create one. And it usually comes out as reactivity, anxiety, obsession. You cannot suppress genetics, you have to channel them. But that doesn't mean you need sheep or protection work. It means structured play, tug work, engagement games, and controlled outlets. and let your dog do what it was bred to do in a way that works for your life. The goal isn't a perfect robot. The goal is a dog that can exist in the world without losing its mind. And that only comes from clear strategy, consistency, and doing the hard work. No shortcuts, no internet nonsense. Just clear and loving leadership.